So owning animals has a lot of great benefits. Um, and I'm just going to talk about some of the ones that I believe are very important and are really great benefits. And the first one is going to be exercise. When I think of a dog, I think of exercise. All dogs need a certain level of exercise on a daily basis. Otherwise, they're just going to get overweight and depressed, and it just makes their older years very difficult. So it's important at a young age with the animals to get them in a routine of walking and running on a daily basis and just playing in general. It's just good for the dog's physical health, and it's good for the person, the human's physical health, and they both benefit from the mental health aspect as well. Dogs and animals get depressed just like humans do, and sometimes they just need to get outside and get some good exercises, fresh air. So, really, really important and a really great benefit from dogs is the exercise that you can do with them. Similar to that is livestock. You get a great deal of exercise taking care of livestock. We walk a great distance in between everything, from pasture to pasture or from barn to house, from barn to other barn. I mean, it's there's distance between some of these places, and taking care of the animals, we definitely get a great deal of exercise, lifting up the bags of feed, moving hay bales. You move 25 hay bales, it's a good workout. Even moving the goats physically, having to get one of them up into a cage and getting them out is can be an ordeal. So definitely an added benefit to having animals is the exercise that you can get just taking care of them. The second thing I want to talk about is production. Here I'm holding up two eggs I just got out of the egg box, and that's one of the added benefits to having our chickens. Our chickens, with very little input from us, give us eggs. They give us pest control. They provide manure and bedding that we can later put in the gardens as fertilizer. And that's just one animal. And our input is simply food and providing it shelter and security. So, and the goats, similar situation. They give us milk, and the milk can be made into soaps and cheeses. Plus, the milk itself can be sold. And then you can breed the animal and sell the offspring. And in our situation, we could sell one or two offspring and cover our entire expenses for the year as far as the goats are concerned. So they provide a lot of value with very little input. You just got to have strong fences and have some hay. That's really it. They'll eat almost anything. As far as around the property, you just take them around the property and let them eat what they want. We have the added advantage of having pasture, so we can put them on pasture, which they do like from time to time. So that's another thing to consider in the importance of having an animal is, what kind of value do they bring, besides just being there, right? Ideally, they're providing you something else, whether it's in the form of work aid or in the form of a product that you can consume or sell. It just gives you options. Not everybody wants to produce products that come off their animals, but if the animal's there, why not take advantage of it? So let's move on to educational value. And I'll give you an example. My kids are witnessing a breeding cycle that's going on between our goats. And they're seeing all the birds and the bees and all the questions are coming. And it's a great atmosphere to learn that stuff in. Um, it's a little easier to explain that stuff using an animal's anatomy and animals in general. It's just a little bit easier for the kids. It's not as embarrassing for them. So that's just really one example. It's been going on for 3 4 months now, and they have a really good understanding of the birds and the bees. And there's other ways that we glean things from. Watching a flock of chickens interact, you can actually see where some of our sayings come from, barnyard sayings and things like that. So, learning patience, learning things like humility, learning responsibility, these are all things that not only children but adults can benefit from. And it's one of the really, quite honestly, it's one of the great little secrets of animals that we often don't learn about until they're gone. So, security. Now, a lot of different animals can do a lot of different things in the role of security. I think dogs are pretty obvious what they can do, but there's other animals like guinea fowl. Guinea fowl is a bird that loves eating ticks and little bugs like that on your property. And when they feel threatened, they get very vocal, very loud, and it's a very easy alert to pick up and, you know, get you up and out of your off your duff looking and seeing what's going on. Cats. I know people don't think of cats as being a security type animal, but let's think in terms of rodents and pests like that. Cats are a huge benefit out in the barn. Our cat catches mice and rats and voles nightly. Every night she'll bring them home and have them laid out there for us, and it's a huge asset. I don't have to have expensive poisons and nasty poisons and things like that around. I don't have to have traps. She does a really good job of just handling that for us, and just another animal to consider when you're thinking security. Dogs are obviously great. Barking, they can run things right off the property. They can even kill if need be. Not necessarily humans, but I mean other predator like fox and squirrels and things like that. And not squirrels, weasels. I don't know where I got squirrels from. So, and I'll tell you a little story about our three dogs in security. We used to have a dog named Morgan. She was an older Cavalier King Charles Spaniel dog. She just passed this summer. We lost her. But she had a habit of walking the perimeter of the property. And she would just, not the property, the home. She would go around the home and just every 50 minutes to about every hour, she would walk around the perimeter once and then she would get a drink of water and go lay down again. And it was pretty ritual in the sense that if she was inside, she would ask to be let out. If she was outside napping, she would just wake up and know that it's time to go do that. And our other dog, our Doberman, picked that habit up, and it changed a little bit with that in the sense that our Doberman not only goes around the perimeter of the house, but it'll stop at each corner and it'll bark and it'll observe and just make it known that it's there and that it's protecting its property. And an interesting thing happened today. Today, our little puppy, which you see right here, she participated in that for the first time. Today, when I let them out, she was in the lead and she saw deer, and she chased them off the front lawn and stayed near the home, and then finished up her route around the home, barking the whole friggin' time. It was really cute. And Bones was with her, but Bones didn't take the lead. She was dilly dallying, going to potty and stuff. So security is an obvious, I think, one when it comes to dogs. Maybe not so obvious when it comes to some of the livestock, which you'd be surprised if you'll pick up on their alerts, and you'll begin to recognize when they're feeling threatened. So, and companionship. I don't know if you guys have noticed throughout this whole video, the dogs have been running and jumping and leaping along with me the whole time. They enjoy the adventures just as much as I do, and it's just a lot of fun for everybody involved. Even the goats and chickens get into it with the dogs sometime. Sometimes it's a little too serious, but other times it's just headbutting and stuff like that. So a lot of companionship provided. But I think what I hope folks take away is we are in symbiotic relationships with most animals we come in contact with on the farm and everything. They benefit from things we do for them, and we benefit from the production that they give us, whether it's eggs or milk or meat of a pig or whatever. Well, that's all I got, folks. I appreciate you watching and listening to me speak today. Um, and I just encourage you to get some animals in your life. You'll find that the benefits far outweigh the costs, so to speak. So thanks again for watching, folks. I hope you have a great day. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you can. Thank you, folks.